All right, wanted to clarify something really quick that I said incorrectly or wasn't super clear on Sunday morning about the divinity of Jesus. We were talking during 9 o'clock service, 11 o'clock service. I did a better job because somebody held me accountable and said, "Did you really mean to say this? You need to do a better job of articulating it." I'm so glad that that person did. With that being said, is I was comparing the incommunicable attributes and communicable attributes again. Communicable attributes are the attributes incommunicable that only are shared with God, God alone. Communicable are the attributes of God that He allows us to share with Him as people, humans created in His image. What I ended up saying incorrectly was that when Jesus was incarnated, when Jesus was in the flesh, He gave up all of His incommunicable attributes and just was using the ones that humans have. And that's not true. Jesus was and will continue to be fully God and fully man at all times. The clarification that I need to make is He did empty Himself to be human, but He was still God. In this, He chose on what to use and what not to use because He's God, resulting in, of course, Jesus was all knowing. He was all powerful, healing the sick, stopping the weather and the waves and the storms and even raising from the dead. So He in this. He did still have His divinity. We just want it to be absolutely clear. That's not what I said during the first service. That's why I wanted to clarify it here. But at the same time, when He was in the flesh, He still humbled Himself and He removed some of the incommunicable attributes from Himself. For example, Jesus Christ was in the flesh. God is omnipresent, but He chose to be present in one place at one time. He needed help, so He wasn't self-existent as well as He wasn't independent. Those were some of the incommunicable attributes that I shared. But He needed help. He needed food to be prepared. He needed to be helped when He was a child and a baby. All that being said, I just wanted to clarify is simply this: that we need to have people in our life that's holding us accountable for the things that are on our lips, or else the trajectory of false teaching will go. So here's the truth. Here's theological truth. Jesus was fully man, fully God, and without error, this truth. And since we need to know that this truth, He did humble Himself so He can relate to us and we can relate to Him, but He was still divine. So hopefully that makes sense, that He chose to remove some of His incommunicable attributes so that we can relate to Him, but at the same time, He did not lose His divinity in all of His incommunicable attributes. He just chose to humble Himself. So hopefully that makes sense, a little bit more clarity, and how magnificent this is that we even get to ponder this magnificent power of God and the humility all at the same time. So hopefully that makes sense. Keep each other accountable. Hopefully that makes sense. Any questions, let me know.